indeed seen the light. Have you seen the light? Yes, indeed. I have indeed seen the light. I hope you're well. Good Sunday, everybody. Good morrow. I hope you're all having a very pleasant weekend. I hope you got your feet up, you're relaxing, you're swilling, I don't know, a mint julep, maybe. It's hot out here, let me tell you. It's hot. I walked the dog at 1 o'clock, not 12 o'clock. I was a bit late. I walked the dog at 1 o'clock today. When only mad dogs and Englishmen go out, right? That was actually happened. So I got around the block and I'm like, I'll teach you a Jewish word. I was schwitzing. I was out for 20 minutes. I was like drenched, right? I sat down and my underwear had transformed into Velcro. I don't know what happened. I then took them off, my knickers, and threw them on the ceiling, and they stayed there till this day. It's very sticky out, boys and girls. Very, very sticky. Ew, it's a bit sticky. That's just my life for you. I have so much to talk to you about. I have so many crazy things going on in my life. Firstly, I think I'm basically better. I got a bit of a cough, which I'm taking a cough drop for now, right? But I didn't need to collapse there, and I actually got some work done, right? I nearly put an hour into my season 14 story. I'm ready to write now. Man, I'm really looking forward to writing now. All right, it's going to start off with the Doctor and Romana using a hacked army of quarks against what were they using against? I can't remember now. What was it? Maybe Yetis? No, it wasn't. What was it? That's a shame because I remember going, "Oh, that's gonna be fun." Anyway, so it's basically, I think we cut back to the TARDIS when there's some kind of time book, right? Some kind of time book has just materialized. It's been enough time after the Time War. It's kind of like already got sent in one of those Time Lord like boxy things, right? I try and keep things fluid until I actually write it. That makes it fresh as you go. He's essentially the Capaldi Doctor is essentially on a quest. And just as he's about to reach his goal, which he was using, mummies, right? Siren mummies, that's what it was. He's breaking into an Siren tomb, right? But he's using quarks to do it. And I thought, that's gonna be so much fun. I could just see him with a bit of a quark head, it's all crystalline, and it's got it wide in, right? And they're attacking the mummies, protecting the pyramid, because it's like a part of an ancient MacGuffin that is after. And just as he goes to get there, another TARDIS appears, right? And out steps the Matt Berry meddling monk. It's too slow, old boy, too slow, and grabs the thing, and boom, they're off, and that's basically the intro. And it's basically about the Capaldi Doctor and the meddling monk having a bit of a laugh with each other after not seeing each other for a few hundred years, like catching up. It's how I imagine, the Doctor Who and the meddling monk will catch up. I can imagine that's basically the story. So I nearly spent an hour on that today. It's only going to be 4,000 words long. I should be able to knock that out. I'm like, what's his name? Ernie Wise. So I got that going on. Now I've got the stress going on as well, right? The stress, the agita. First I've got to go for a blood test. Never look under the hood, right? You don't know what you're going to find under the hood. Don't look under the hood. You're going to look under the hood. I'm not happy about it, but I've got to do it. So anyway, I am not getting the finger up the bum exam. That's just the way it is, baby. You're getting blood and nothing else. You're getting blood, but not my rectal virginity. That's not happening. Yes, it would be my rectal virginity. Never has that been an innie. Only a finality, right? If I die that way, I think I've done just a job well done, right? That's just my opinion, dude. That's what I have. don't know where you are, but that's me for you. Anyway, so oh yeah, adjutant. So my wife has this shop, which I should really be doing, and I probably will be, which kind of like gets rid of your appetite. She's lost a ton of weight doing it, right? But it's shop's reasonably expensive and hard to get. So my daughter, who herself has had a stressful day, she woke up this morning to find out her credit card had been hacked and about 3,000 shekels have been put on it without her. It's her charge, but they just moved the charge up so they can make room to put more stuff on it. So so she's got that going on. So still stressed. So anyway, but was it my wife, 2 daughters, son, and his girlfriend? They're all going out right now because it's 100 shekel all you can eat sushi. Right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing a show. And the sushi's gonna be crap. Leave me alone. If we're gonna eat sushi, I would like to eat good sushi. Call me a snob because I am. Yeah, well, everything that I love about myself are all the worst qualities of my mother. That's so true. Anyway, like being a snob, my mother was a wonderful snob. Oh, man, and it's not this. The reason it was great that she was a snob is because she came from very humble origins, right? And she was always much smarter than most people in the room. And so, but because she was in a lower station in life, she had to eat shit a lot of time until she got older, and then she didn't eat shit from anyone ever. Oh my God, my mother had a tongue that would cut you down at 10 paces. Yeah. Don't mess with my mom. This sounds like I'm building up. No, this is actually the truth, right? It's actually the truth. So anyway, how do I get onto my mom? Let me think. Where we go? Let me backtrack. I'm gonna get this in a minute. I was definitely on a track there for a second. Why was I talking about my mom? It's gone now. That's it. People comment, right? And they answer things I'm saying during the stream or during the video. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no memory of what I say after I say that. How would I get onto my mother? That's a shame. All right. So what was I talking about before then? Before that, I was talking about no memory of it. It's gone. No idea. Literally no idea. I hope you won't find that entertaining because it's gone. Maybe we'll come back about half hour. Who knows or dares to dream? Anyway, let me pull up what's going on today. Going on this week. Oh wait. They've all gone for sushi. Trying day. Okay. I'm back. Bye. So my daughter, so she's got this shop, and again, she doesn't eat when she has the shop, right? And my daughter's just got it. So they all just left for sushi, and I'm like, I got half hour before the show, and I like to get my head together before the show. I always get jangled, I don't have to do anything. So my daughter sends me a WhatsApp saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot to put Mummy's shot in the fridge. It's with a popsicle on the island, right?" So I go and look on the island, no popsicle. No shot, nothing, not there. Looked all over, it's not there, right? So I thought my daughter said, "What? It's not there?" And she was like, "Oh, go look in my car then." I'm like, "Really? No, now I've got agita, right? Now I've got agita. Really? So fine. I go look in the car, look around, look in the glove. Don't see it. So then I'm like, I'm looking around the house there, and I got got time ticking away before they. I mean, it's like I'm actually on a schedule right now. So anyway, I take pictures of the entire kitchen. Look, this is the island over here. Look over here. If you see it? Tell me what it has. Let me just check. Because we got this like lost shot out there somewhere, which is my wife needs, and it's going to be hard to replace. So I've got that adjective going on. At the same time, all that to go. So I just checked my phone, see if my daughter's no. And then just for the show, my daughter said, "Did you find her?" I said, "What the hell? Done what? No!" Exclamation! Capital mark! Capital! No! She was like, was I not clear? And as I said, poor girls had a rough day as well. Anyway. My wife asked me if I want sushi. No, I'm okay, I guess. No. Okay. Might as well say, 1 second. I'll say, I got to be heart, kissy face, 2 heart eyes, heart. Doink. Okay. My husbandly duty is done. What was I going to say? So yeah, I was just checking this. My daughter had. I said, let me know if you can remember where you put it, because like, I got that adjective going. At the same time, when I had a few minutes to myself before the show, I had worked out how to make the perfect city society. Right? Hollywood is rotten to the core. Right? Hollywood is just pure evil, right? I mean, that's probably why they're all pedos, right? That's like the whole pedo thing in Hollywood is like, yeah, what's your problem, prude? I'm like, no, that's not okay, mate. That's no. Okay, so here's what a city I would make, right? Firstly, as a focal point to the city, I would have to make a life-size Starship Enterprise, a classic Enterprise, loving Strange New Worlds. We're going to get to that tonight. Okay, Strange New Worlds, knocking out of the park. It really is. This is not the episode we're reviewing, but the episode from after this knocked it out of the park. It was actually like a good next gen episode, right? Really liked it, and you could guess what was coming, but you also couldn't if you didn't know what that sort of thing is. I really liked that episode, right? It was well, you know what else was good? Wink, the new Big Finish, Colin Baker and David Tennant. I think it's the best of the Out of Time trilogy. I mean, listen, Tom Baker's the best because it's got Tom Baker in it, but that's not really his fault. If we're talking about like scripts, the best script. This is by far the best script. Fantastic, really great Weeping Angel story with 2 doctors, perfectly capturing the Weeping Angels, using them in an intelligent way, right? Using the doctors as an intelligent way. I like their interplay with each other. Great, really a great release. That's a real recommend. And it feels like a later Tennant episode, and they very much put it in there because the TARDIS keeps trying to take him to not Trenzalore. That's the next one. I don't know. Take him to meet the Ood, as I recall. Anyway, I digress. I worked out how to make a city, right? First, as I said, you need a life-size Starship Enterprise. Classic design, 60s, and at night, everything goes quiet. You turn it, you just have the light in the nacelles. Oh, be beautiful. Couples could get engaged under that soft nacelle light. Wouldn't that be lovely? Anyway, so the function of the city is to make media, to entertain the world. So there'll be like tons of like incredible studios that you could do stuff with, like Hollywood, right? And then you have everybody who lives there. Everyone lives there. The same people live in Hollywood now. All the musicians, all the writers, all the artists, all those people live there, right? And they live on like subsistent wages, in constant terror, essentially, right? So how about this? You have if you are apprenticed to the city, whatever, you get free accommodation, and not some kind of like dorm situation. You get like, if you're married, you get a home that's good enough for your kids or whatever, right? The house that you would have at that stage of life, in your career. So you get that, and you get vouchers for, to spend for food and whatever, right? Essentially, you're being paid to live in the city, right? And to work for the city. And then, so what you do is, if you're a musician, you go and be a musician. Like on the if you're in the band for like a movie soundtracks, that's what you do, right? That's your day job. But then at the same time, you'll also perform for free in the city. Like, so whenever you walk around the city, there's going to be people like art and music going on everywhere, comedians, like all that, because it's just so it's a city about creating art, right? And you have the atmosphere of creating art, right? And then you got all these different projects working on, and essentially this: if you create something, you get 50% ownership with it, right? The city gets 50%, you get 50%. I just think that and it's like it's a city where, and it's we have like you don't have moral rules, because you see what happens if you don't. The basic moral is sex is not transactional, right? Anybody doing that will be expelled, boom, forever. You're not tolerated at all. Sex is not you can date each other, but it can't be transactionable, right? It's it's that was a thing that destroys Hollywood. All right, sex cannot be transactional. I think pretty much after you do that, I think you're pretty much sound. So it's like, see, that's what I like. To me, that's a perfect balance between socialism and capitalism, right? You basically use the capitalist engine to put somebody where they are in their life, but you have like social a social group thought entity, right? So it's best of both worlds, right? Best of both worlds. So that's what I think will be the masterpiece society. Anyway, if I create it, you won't come for dinner. Hey, let me show you what we have coming up. Here we go. Wizzy Will. Doink. So we're doing this on the show tonight. I got two guests who might be dropping in, right? I gave them the links, right? They both got Indiegogos. They both look kind of fun. I said we will take a look at them as we do in our inventory file. Oh, by the way, we also got a bunch of new footage from the production, right? The David Tennant footage. We're going to be looking at that tonight. So anyway, so this episode we're looking like Strange. I appear to be cast for the male gaze, yet chronometers read 2022. She is smoking hot, this woman, okay? She is crazy hot. I mean, she is insanely hot. And I think that really can't be understated. Okay, she is just breathtakingly hot. Spock supplies fascinating. I have experienced what humans refer to as wood. That is logical. My ass is geometrically perfect. It is. It absolutely is. I mean, I think it has a little gravity center around it. It's so perfect. It's seriously. I like they putting eye candy in it. Will you leave me alone? It's for God's sake. Oh God, this is what, heteronormative? Fine. And do I feel like, oh no, the gays have been suppressed? No. I haven't seen heteronormative television for so bloody long. God, I should watch porn, right? I mean, at least I'll see a man and a woman fucking each other occasionally, or kissing, which you never see on bloody TV. Do they kiss in porn? I guess they must do. Anyway, then we got the Orville. I think I'll probably put that out tomorrow. I'm not sure. Not a good one, Shadow Realms. They put that one up. Bollocks, I finally made it onto Orville, and Star Trek is actually better than us this week. Yeah, ain't that the fact, Jack? Shadow Realms, not their finest hour. It was. Firstly, the episode length is killing them. The hour and 5 minute, it drags. It's not a good. So this is like kind of like a creature feature movie with kind of crap aliens. I mean, they're supposed to be spiders, but they're humanoid. They would have been better if they'd been big bloody spiders, big spidery things. But no, they're just people in suits. It's very unimpressive. I have to tell you. I think the krill are. Is it the krill? Is that what they're called? Firewall villainous. You know, these are just naff, right? Yeah. So I did. This was a real clunker. I'm surprised, right? Not a clunker though. It is, as I said, out of time. Really love this. Lisa McMillan wrote it. Okay, she's on the A-list, right? This is how you get on the A-list with like this quality. It is blistering, right? It is absolutely fantastic. I think she's just a standout find at this point. I mean, this is honestly on audio one of the best. I think hands down one of the best Weeping Angel scripts. It's as good as a Moffat script. It's really great. I really love this. And then we'll go from the sublime to the ridiculous. Oh boy! It's everything you would think it would be. It's everything that you would think it would be. Oh, it's late. Actually, no, you know what it is? It's lazy. Everything about this is lazy. The script took about an hour, if that. Pages probably take it. They're probably doing about 2 or 3 pages a day at the quality that I'm looking at. I mean, they don't have backgrounds. It's just in this review, I throw up a couple of old John Ridgway pages and say, look, this is the difference, right? And you just see one is being so bare and basic. The truth is, she's probably underpaid the artist. She's probably very underpaid. They're not making any money because nobody wants to read this shit. Morons. God. It's like they do a shitty product, so nobody buys it, so they do a shittier product. It used to be there's this kosher burger place in Miami when I lived there. And I had a friend who worked there, and he was like saying, yeah, they keep putting the prices up, and less people keep coming in. So at one point, I think they're going to get to a point where they sell one burger for $10,000 a week. Yeah, it's like, okay, that's how it works. Yeah, look, this is just what you would expect. I mean, no wonder they're not making any money with this crap product, and no wonder they're making a crap product because they're not making any money. Tomorrow, I'm putting this video out. But I really want this fun. Is Doctor Who exclusively an LGBTQ plus show? Is it exclusively an LGBTQ plus show? Because I think that's really what a lot of people mean by representation. Is it what Rusty Davis means? I don't know. Hello, I'm the Doctor. This is my companion. And we're fabulous. So there's an article by Rusty Davis, which took much longer to go through than I thought, where he talks about the Don't Say Gay bill. And it's like, I'm like, how can you be so ignorant, right? How can you be so incredibly talented and be so ignorant and be so unaware that you're ignorant, right? It's breathtaking. But they all think they're right. It's incredible. Because they won't think. It's an incredible thing. They will not enter any conversation, and they think they do. It's sort of like Chris Hales going off on somebody who some senator that still does not believe the results of the 2020 election were honest. I hear that. So he's like, yeah, he's like, well, if you want to talk about that, fine. I'll sit me down. I'll go through your point by point. You can go through my point, and we'll see who has a point. And the Chris Hayes is like, I can't think. I was like, I can't think of anything I'd want to do less. They've got this insane smug attitude that it's nonsense. Well, wait a minute. The president said it was nonsense. Well, he was the one who's benefited. Oh, no. There can't be anything wrong. Oh, you're just silly. Yeah, right. So why don't we just look at those lines? Oh, no. Now I'm going to start screaming and call you a racist. So it's totally kosher. Anyway, that's what happened. Oh, my God. Anyway. But they all believe they're right because they won't. That's why they won't engage in conversation ever. I mean, and it's true of whatever area you just like some people, like, or you're talking about, like in fandom, They will never engage. They always think they will until you try, right? And then they're like, oh, wait, what? And then they're like, well, I want to give you the views of coming on your show. I mean, like, why do you think anybody cares? Like, you're not going to make money off me. It's okay, I'm demonetized. Help yourself. Whatever money I make from this, I'll split with you 50-50. No problem. Okay, you can. In fact, you know what? You take the fat end. Any money I make from this show, you can get 80. I'll take 20%. Okay, because I'm not making any money on this, mate. Okay, I'm not making any money on it. So I don't know what you're deluding, but that's why they will never, ever, ever have a conversation, because they don't want to find out they're wrong. And it's just like, let's say it's the bottom line, and we all know it to be. They just don't want to find out they're wrong. That's why they all so smugly believe they're right in everything, but they will never, ever, ever like put anything up to any amount of thought. I mean, you got this like January 6th show trial going on. I mean, like, this is so Orwellian now. I mean, it's so deeply Orwellian. A trial, you have the ability to have dissent. Right? This is not a trial. This is a total show trial. And it's a show trial missing out so much evidence, which is inconvenient. And then somehow Donald Trump, who doesn't believe the election was fair, and I think he's correct. All you got to do is look at the ballots, right? All you got to do, okay? You had all these voting irregularities. You had the completely unbalanced balloting. Should have been thrown out. Right there. You have all this. You had all this ballot stuffing, which we have complete proof of now, right? But no, right. And then when you start getting on details, the guys glaze over because they don't want to. Their brain will do anything, to avoid them finding out they're wrong. So here's what I think is going to happen, right? Here's what I think is going to happen. And I've been thinking this for a while, right? So the question is, I was thinking, when is it going to happen, right? The last 3 months were times of like very, very potential for miracle. So I was thinking, hoping something will go down then, right? But then not much happened. Well, not much happened for the Jews anyway, right? And I had again, this might be a self-fulfilling, I'm reading into stuff, that McGann line, I love humans, always seeing patterns of things that aren't there. Which it might be, I'm so open to that, mate. I really am, right? It's just, I keep thinking things, they come true. What do you want out of me, okay? Maybe it'll stop today. That'll be fine. I'm fine with that. My life will be a little bit easier, frankly. Not living my life as Cassandra. So I think it's going to go tits up at some point during the next 3 months. I think the last 3 months is prime for miracles, but only for the Jews. This is like for Jewish national miracles. That's where you have, Yom Yerushalayim, Yom Ha'atzmaut, all these big days then, right? It's a time prime for Jewish miracles, right? Now, the other 3 months, the miracles we just started now, that's for the rest of the world. That's for the nations of the world. And it was in this 3 months last year, right, that Afghanistan went down, which I think was the beginning of this completely destructive cycle that we're seeing. So I think it's going to come to a head, right? I do think it's going to come to a head. I think it's going to come to a head in the next 3 months. I mean, it's certainly plowing that way. So you got like, this third world junta attitude of government going on in America, where they're using the Justice Department to attack their political rivals, right? It's really disturbing, right? It's really genuinely disturbing, right? You got this big Orwellian show trial going on. At the same time, they suppress any voice that they don't. It's very, very disturbing, right? It's is the destruction America's seeing incompetence, or is it deliberate? I can't tell. I cannot tell. I think it's probably deliberate. Why they will want to do it, I don't know. I really don't know, right? I think it's evil, right? But I think it's deliberate. I have no idea why, and I can't even fathom it, right? But I think there's so many things coming to a head right now. Again, you got all that stuff going on. You got the southern border that's gone insane. It's completely porous. You got Russia saying, "Listen, I might nuke New York," and they might, right? They might nuke New York. That might actually happen. right? That's not off the. We are closer to war, nuclear war, than we've ever been in our lifetimes, right? And I lived in the 80s when we were much closer than I thought we were as it happened. So yeah, I was like, "That'll never happen." Apparently, it was actually everybody else thought, "Oh no, we're up shit creek," right? But I think something's coming, and I think a miraculous thing is coming. And I think the name of it is going to be the moment of truth, right? I think the moment of truth is coming, where truth just comes out, where truth is undeniable, where truth is, you can't hide from it anymore. And I think the more you have hidden from it, the more painful it will be, right? How this happened, I don't know. I do not know, all right? Am I going to be right? I don't know. Tell you, I'm probably wrong on this one because the more pinpoint a prediction gets, like normally I'm good at saying, "Oh, we're going to end up here." I think God's doing this for this reason, so I think we're probably going to end up here. That I'm pretty good at. The way we get there, I'm always wrong about. Okay, always. Yeah, because then I put my own imagination in. I go with what would be dramatic. But again, truth has to come out at some point, right? Truth has to make a comeback, and I think that's got to happen. Don't know how, but truth has to make a comeback because it's completely gone. And then it goes, we have Tonight Show. So I talked about this on my news video on Friday because it just broke. But we're going to look at some of the fallout from this. Confess your crimes of non-whamminess. You aren't a woman. You're not a whammon. You're bad, Chris Reckling. You're bad. I confess to being a cis white male. To my shame. I can't afford to pay my mortgage, and I don't deserve to. Oh, I'm so white and male. I'm sorry for my existence. What is wrong with you schmuck? Oh my God. Dude, it got you so wrapped up, right? It got you hating yourself. Man, it's off the charts, right? It is off the charts. There's nothing about this that's normal. Fine, now let me get to that. PD Rich is here. Justin Bieber needs a good puppeteer. Yes, he does. And Emma's here. Greetings for the Asian. Hope you're well. Hope you're well too. The Soda Engines are here. Here, give them hello. You feel rough today? It's Sunday. Listen, mate. Many a Sunday morning, afternoon, I like open my eyes during Dick Spanner. Network. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It was in Network 7, the show they had on Sunday mornings, made by Janet Street Porter on Channel 4 before they like nabbed her for BBC Two. But yeah, so which also had Dick Spanner in it, all right? We had the Sunday morning wake and bake, and Dick Spanner was saying that we were all well aware of. When I say wake and bake, I mean go make brownies, obviously, or cookies. Paul Toastland is here. I'm sorry, the E looked like an S, but I squinted. What would you want to be, Toastland? Toastland is here. How you doing? So thank you for joining. And it jumped. And he swam right over. And Mark the Vicar is here. What's your avatar? Unit. It looks like Unit to me, right? I hope so. We have. I think after I finish going through the chat, I will. There we go. Our first guest is it. I will. Oh, our first guest's been on it before. I know who our first guest is. Bloody hell. I'm terribly sorry. I digress. I said Mark Telson's name wrong. There you go. That's where I was up to. As we back in Lucky Bug, I ended up with the flu-like symptoms for 4 days and couldn't get out of bed. That's basically where I was. Although I got out of bed. Listen, I'm YouTubing. It's not like, high impact work. Fine. We will continue with the chat, but now we're limbered up, right? Now we're ready to rock and roll. Let me bring my first guest. It is, of course, the one, the only, known for biting the head off live sheep, John Hervey. How you doing, sir?
Doing well, Rabbi. How are you doing?
Praise the good Lord.
Yes. Beware, blind sheep. How's everything going with you?
I'm doing good. Have you had COVID? May I ask you? Have you experienced COVID as yet?
I've experienced it at least once. I think maybe twice. I think I've had both variants. I have had just COVID in 20, and I think I had the Omicron because it went through my household.
Right.
My wife definitely did. She lost taste and all that kind of stuff. I mean, for me, I was like, I just felt a little bit sick. Mm-hmm. But I was working from home at that point, so I felt a little bit sick, and I kind of worked through it. And then afterwards, I looked at the symptoms. I was like, "Oh, I think I had COVID."
Right. Because I think I'm just getting better from that. I've been sick for like 2 weeks, and like last week, I just had no energy. I couldn't move for a lot of it.
Yeah, so, I bet you that's what you had. I mean, that's kind of how one of the days I felt that way. I was just like, I just felt so lethargic. I was just like, I just need to sleep.
Right. And it's I imagine you're a comic book guy, that you're probably pretty active, right? I mean, you generally speaking, people who make their own books, we're active people, right? It's lot of work, right? You got to really, really love what you do.
That's right, and that's the truth. You really got to love it.
I mean, I got a nightmare, mate. One second, let me pull up your campaign.
So when did you get sick? How long ago?
About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Okay. Have you fully recovered yet?
Today's my first vaguely normal day, right?
Okay. So it was one of those weird. It was one of those weird things where I thought I just had a flu for a couple of weeks. I mean, like everyone around the world is panicking, and I'm like, well. I just didn't put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, I'm not deathly ill, but like this sucks. So I'm just like, I must just be a flu.
Listen, it was more severe than the flu. Like I'm not normally knocked out like this, but I'm triple vax though, so I didn't pull the fourth one, and my wife probably had it as well, and she was fine. So probably that vaccine worked out well. Let me tell you.
Well, I think that's the thing that's so challenging is like the kind of disparate impact it has on people. Like in my house, in my household,
like a roulette wheel.
In my household, my wife was like sick for a month, and she lost her taste for like 2.5 months. She couldn't taste anything.
Wow, that must have been weird. Did she lose weight, man?
Well, and she didn't have a ton of weight to lose, so she's like, she didn't want to eat. I'm like, well, I'm making something.
Okay.
So I'm making the food because you can't even taste what you're making. So I'm making the food.
You probably lost weight.
Yeah, seriously. And my kids, I think it touched them really quickly. I mean, they're kids are like petri dishes.
Yeah, but it goes through you. It's like kids able to deal with it, relatively quickly and easily.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, let me just pull up your campaign. Let me say hello to a few more people in the chat. Because amazingly, I'm late. I'm behind as well. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is here. How you doing, Mr. PC Gamer Forever? I like that. You're a PC Gamer Forever, right?
Forever.
You're not messing around. It is here. Thank you doing. X-Man 577. I don't know where X-Men 5, the other 576 X-Men are, but the most important one right here. Let me tell you. Something about sushi and your mother having a sharp tongue. Oh, you're right. Still can't remember. I lost my train of thought about 10 minutes in. Telling me. I'll watch it and I'll try and get the connective tissue. I did that once. I was like, oh, that's what I was thinking. They withheld all my medication for diabetes and those my depression, anxiety. Ended up in 4 days, submitted a complaint, but never heard back. Yeah, look, that's why I got to have a blood test. But maybe I'll give you medical weed. You live in hope. Cowcow's Crash Course is here. How you doing, sir? I think Eccleston just lost his job at Big Finish by being anti-woke. Well, how was he anti-woke? He was super woke. We'll have to get to that soon. You're not a Doctor Who fan, are you?
No.
Okay, fine. It's a different unit. Like, try and talk to people about other fandoms. They're like, what? Who? Mr. What?
Well, the thing is, like, I'm starting. So, like, it's funny. My son did a course called History with Doctor Who.
Right. Oh, that's cool.
So it's actually a pretty cool course. So it's like I ended up watching some episodes with him. I'm like, and I realized like I've really never watched Doctor Who. I'm like, this is I think so. We were watching episodes from, I want to say, the early 2000s, and we watched some episodes from probably, I don't know, seven-ish years ago. And it was good. I enjoyed it.
Okay, do you remember any details of the episode? I bet I can pick it out. If you remember like any disparate detail.
Okay, so I'll tell you one of the episodes, because we watched a whole bunch of different episodes. One episode we watched was with Charles Dickens.
Oh, that's okay. That's the Unquiet Dead. Easy. That's the third episode.
Yeah, so we watched that one, and I remember it was Charles Dickens and zombies. So I was like,
great. It was really bonkers and fun.
Yeah,
right?
it was nuts.
Yeah.
Another episode we watched was in Pompeii.
Okay, that was with David Tennant was it? He was the Doctor Who, but then the guy, do you remember the Roman guy, the father, Comedicus or whatever? So he ended up being the 12th Doctor Who.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. The funny thing was, like, I saw him and I was like, he looked familiar to me, and I'm like, So that's pretty cool. So we saw some good episodes, you know. So it was like kind of the way the class worked was they kind of enjoyed a Doctor Who episode, and then they talked about something historical. They talked about Charles Dickens.
Weaving through it. Fine, let me weaving through it. Let me get back to the chat. Sunrise says Darkness vs. Weeping Angels. You have no idea what it is, but that'll be very cool. Let me tell you. Wait, Big Finish did a good release. Yes, they did. That was actually excellent. Anyway, transactional, please. I'm not touching that one. I said hello to you. No. Who else have we got here? The wheels on the bus go over Peter Rice's face. I don't know who Peter Rice is. I'm not up on English politics. Jardo's in trouble. Dave Zaslos came along and burst his bubble. I don't know who any of these people are. Do you have any idea what's going on?
No.
Okay, fine. We're both clueless. DC is here. How are you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. I'm nearly caught up with the chat. I'm nearly caught up. I think I can. Darren M has put the link to your campaign in the chat. Thank you very much. Rashon expresses his shock. Someone's unraveled the entire time vortex like a piece of string. How can anybody do this from a distance? Somebody says, I eat some spinach. Okay. Keith Ewers is here. I hope who isn't sad. Well, I think we should be good. I think we should be happy. Anyway, tell me about this campaign, which actually seems very good value. 3 graphic novels, 2 story arcs, 1 universe. Magna faces her destiny, and Posse are formed. Tell me more.
So I tried something that was maybe just very silly. I tried basically a 3-in-1 campaign. So there's 2 properties. There's Magna, The Last Pantheon. I'd done a campaign before for Volume 1. So this one, Volume 2 is new, which completes the story arc. And then Volume 1 of the Posse is new. So it's 2 different properties in here. If you've never backed Magna, you have the opportunity to get 3 graphic novels.
Gorgeous. I have to tell you, are you doing the art or the writing or both?
I'm doing the writing, because if I did the art, no one would buy it.
It really good artist. Who is he or she?
This is Marcio Abreu, and I know, just as all of us that are proponents of the male gaze, he has done work previously for Dynamite. He did a really good run for Red Sonja.
Cool. He's got a very European vibe. I like it.
It
feels very 2000 AD to me, right? I really, really, really like this one.
But honestly, that's the kind of artwork that I love.
Yeah, I can tell. You pay for it.
yeah, exactly. It's like, otherwise I paid for something I didn't want.
Yeah. It's that's nice. It's nice. So I can't remember. This is a kind of. Is there a theological bent to this? I see angels.
There is. So what I did here is, as someone who also kind of loves RPGs, to kind of build an engine for this world. So you have pantheons, because I was always a big D&D fan. I always
love it.
And I love mythology.
Page, by the way. This is a really great page.
Oh, thank you. But the way I kind of tied my engine up is kind of with Genesis 6 and like the Book of Enoch, to try and really kind of develop.
Wait, what's Genesis 6?
Genesis. So that's basically about the sons of So it's the sons of God and the daughters of men.
So that's like just before Noah, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I'm with you.
Exactly. So and then a non-canonical book, the Book of Enoch, kind of delves into the whole thing with the Nephilim and kind of these creatures that are kind of a spawn, kind of an offshoot of heavenly beings. So I built kind of an engine based on that and built a world.
Right. Very cool.
Yeah.
I get it. I love that she's sexy and she's got the muscles right. The cross hatching for the background.
Yes.
I did a review of a comic, which was awful, right? It was really good. It was so easy. You could tell that it's not making any money, so the artist probably did about 3 pages a day. No backgrounds, very, very. It was very quick. You could really tell how
you can tell
slapdash it was, right?
Yeah.
Here, what's that? Let me pull it up. I'll show you a page. It's so embarrassing.
Did you have the person on the show?
No. It's that would.
I was about to say that's really tough if you did that. Then you're like,
no, this is a licensed product.
Okay.
Doctor Who again. Where is it? So yeah, I mean,
okay, this is everything I hate about comics.
Right.
Like comics today. I'm like, these
right.
talking head panels. It's such a cheat. It's so cheap.
And look, there's a silhouette, no backgrounds. You telling me this page took longer than 3 hours? No way.
No way.
Probably 2. But she'd probably pay $40 a page, my guess. Right? That she has no motivation because they're not being paid properly. Why aren't they being paid properly? Because nobody wants to read that crap.
And
it's like weird catch-22.
It's part of what's wrong with comics today.
Right. Now compare this to this, right? Different universe, right? Absolute different universe. I mean, literally different universe. Yes. But I love the cross-hatching background, right? It's a real Frank Frazetta kind of feel to it. It's got that. It's lovely, really good. It's got that Bisley-esque.
Exactly.
Lovely, really nailing it. Great coloring too.
No, I appreciate that, and the team, they did a great job. And you kind of know how it is. It's like it's all additive, know. So it's like I like to script out. I fully script things out. I choreograph things, but then it's not to be a despot, but it's so that the artist knows what I'm trying to do. Then they can say, as a cinematographer, they're like, hey, I got a better way of doing this. Right. And everybody's bringing their A game to the table.
Yeah, it's lovely. So how many pages is this book?
So each graphic novel is 76 pages. So volume 1 is 76 pages. Volume 2 is 76 pages. So if you can get the full story arc, and that completes the story arc for Last Pantheon. So you get the full story arc between the 2 volumes.
Excellent. So that's was 144 pages. That's a nice sized book.
Yeah.
And then you get a third book as well, right?
Yep. And the third book is also 76 pages. And it's
I remember the different art for the first volume. This is
volume 1
because it fits into the subject matter. This is a much more Asian-y feel.
That's right. So you have Chinese pantheon, and above that you had some Greek pantheon. So you get a feel. It was kind of like the last of days for these different pantheons, and then ultimately our amazing protagonist here, she finds herself in league with the last of the deities, and it's a hodgepodge group because they've kind of band together for survival.
Cool. It's I like it. So fine. I think so. So you get 2 graphic novels, and now you got this new thing called Posse. So Posse is in the same universe, but it's we're looking at it from a different angle. I take it.
That's right. So the Magna story takes place during World War II. It's in 1942. The Posse is, along with my other property, Black Tiger, those are contemporary stories. And this takes place.
Black Tiger. There's a bunch of books you got. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Black Tiger, mate. That's an awesome book. You still have them? Are you still selling them?
So that one is still in demand.
Oh, well worth it.
I think I have maybe 25 of those books left, so we'll leave those in demand until those sell out.
Yeah. It's a great. I remember the form factor on it. It's lovely.
Yes.
Right? It's a really nicely put everything in the book. Yeah,
no, I appreciate that.
Who does your fulfillment for you?
My wife. She's amazing.
Listen, if you ever want to ship it, farm it out to anybody, I cannot recommend Critical Blast strongly enough. Right? Freaking
Really?
incredible. Absolutely, like it did such a great job. Without me knowing it, he took some stock I had left over after my campaign, and he put it in his local comic book store. Just sent me a payment for it. I'm like, where did this come from? What's this? Right. I was like, well, that's
awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, RJ's amazing.
So it's I was quite impressed. So I love the art on this well. So when's this set again? You're telling me.
So this story is it takes place in kind of my version of New York, but instead of like 5 boroughs, my version called the Decapolis has 10 boroughs.
Right.
And each borough, think of each borough having its own crime kind of hierarchy. So you have your own magi in each of the boroughs. And the story starts off
like dinosaurs and whatever.
yeah. I mean, because what ends up happening is you have two protagonists. They're both incarcerated. So Devin Willis and Ulysses Sanchez, and they're lifers. So the prison is privatized, and they actually do experimentation on their lifers. So they end up manifesting powers, inadvertently end up leading a jailbreak that releases a whole bunch of these metahumans into the city, and it turns the whole hierarchy, both the crime hierarchy and just the city, up on its head. So
is this at present day or in World War II again?
Yeah, this one's present day.
Okay, fine. That's what I'm trying to work out. It looked present day to me.
Yeah, so this one is present day, and basically the posse, it's Devin, Ulysses, and some other guys that have to come together to basically save their city. These are some of my favorite guys, the dinos. They're just muscle for hire.
You just don't get fun comics anymore. How many pages is this one as well?
This one's 76 pages too.
Man, so you got 144 plus 76 is 210, 214, 230. I think.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you got a bunch of swag.
So you can keep yourself preoccupied. I'll tell you, the beanies are awesome. They're reversible. So the Magna beanie, it's yellow, black, yellow. And then the Posse beanie is the same. It's reversible. So pretty cool stuff. And I love the shirts too.
All right.
It's the same one. Like, this is my Black Tiger shirt that, Shay the Red. She made this one. So it breathes really well. It's a nice material. It's the same thing for those other shirts.
All right. Yeah. Nice. Now, let me go through your tears. She cried. As they said in Hollywood. Let me go through your tears.
Let me go through. I know. Oh my goodness.
$70. What do you get for $70?
So for $70, you get 3 76-page graphic novels. You get volume 1 of Magna, volume 2 of Magna, and you get volume 1 of the Posse. Now, the only caveat is there's a possibility you'll probably end up getting a reprint of volume 1 if you go this route. If you're somebody that has to have a volume 1, there's a tier lower where you can go in and pick. I want this cover.
The speculator market always fierce. Never know what can happen. But you just want to read the story, so it's like $22.30 a book. What great value!
Yeah.
I think you should be. Listen, they look like $35 books to me. Plus shipping. Very nice. So this is going out in October this year.
That's right, because the production is already completed.
Oh, excellent.
So once the campaign is done, we'll get it.
Digital. This is all 3 books or just 1 book?
So this is 1 book. So basically, you get 76 pages for $10. But you can pick one of the graphic novels, or if you go in and you do an add-on, you can get all 3. And there's another tier that actually, if you want to get all 3, that's a better one to do because you get better value.
Okay. Beanies. Do you get a book with a beanie or not?
Not with that one. That one's just the beanie.
Right.
You know, I love the beanies and the shirts. It's like the volume is so low that, I mean, basically this is my cost, you know, to do it. It's like we just don't have the critical mass to bring down the price points. Yeah.
So you want the first print of Magna, that's $25.
That's right. So that is this is by Elizabeth Torque, and this is where you have the Hund who is tracking our superheroine. That's a great cover. You can't go wrong with any of these covers. I'm really happy with all the covers.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
And if you get the graphic novel, you get a gallery inside, so you get everything. You'll get all covers as well.
And there is only 16 of those left, right? Probably
That's
in
correct.
The world, I would guess, right?
That's correct.
And same with the number 2, you get the limited cover. Oh, but that only has 15 left, so I will be quick if I was you. And then Magna 1 cover 3. Oh man, you could beat a world to death these, okay? Yeah, 4 of these you can possibly imagine, right? This is the stuff they put into ships as ballast. Did you know that's how comic books came to England, right? They used to pack comic books in the ships as ballast in like the 40s and 50s, right?
Really?
And then they would just take them out and sell them. That's how we got comic. That's why we have like Captain Marvel. So there you go. Listen. If the Red Star line is available, you got 50 books there. Pick them up right now, mate. Okay,
that's right.
Float a tree. Okay. So volume 2. So volume 2 is 25. So it's better to buy them all together. But if you just want volume 2, it's $25.
That's right.
Choose a cover, and they're all good.
That's right.
I think I will go for the one on the left. Can I see that one bigger anywhere? Is that up here?
If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see it. Yeah, it was the cover on the left there. So if you
is that one? I thought
scroll up, keep scrolling up because that was for volume. That was volume 1. If you go up to volume 2.
Oh, I see. One second. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I like that one. Who did that? Lovely work.
This is Eduardo Vieira. He did all 3 of these covers.
Oh, really?
Man, I love this cover because I wanted to give people a flavor of the action of ISIS fighting our heroine, and this was just a great depiction.
No, I know. I love the angle. I love the acting, right?
Yes.
It's so often you don't really get these blank faces. If some people are tracing, SketchUp or whatever, you get blank faces. But and the coloring there is excellent, right? It's and you get a sense of both characters.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's where I will go.
Yeah. So that cover is definitely a favorite.
So that's $25, and then you got Posse. You choose a cover.
Mm-hmm.
I see. I like the one on maybe the middle. Look, it's either 2 or 3. I can't decide.
A lot of people like that one. It's the dinos, and it's very claustrophobic. It's very claustrophobic. You feel like they're just encircling you.
Yeah. No, it's nice. Listen. Look, listen. I would just say if Netflix are watching, there's so much crap you have on. Come and give my man John a call, right?
Just
actually
saying.
Good work. Although they'll balls it up. Like I really liked Jupiter's Legacy or Jupiter's Children, the Mark Miller thing.
Yeah.
Comic book. And then the TV show was garbage. Oh.
Yeah, I heard that was trash.
Real trash. Yeah. I'll say it was although I watched The Boys and I'm really enjoying The Boys, but man, Brian Michael Bendis must be eating. Is it like that was the show that Powers was supposed. Did you read Powers?
Oh yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Powers.
Yeah. So The Boys is the show Powers was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's like they just did a underfunded version with Eddie Izzard, and it was awful.
I know.
It was totally miscast. Had Sharto Copley as this screaming, ranting Christian Walker, and a completely forgettable woman as whatever her name is, Dina Pilgrim, right? Just completely forgettable. It with bad special effects, and Eddie Izzard clearly out acting everyone on there. It was really awful.
I didn't realize they screwed the pooch that badly.
Sorry?
I didn't realize they screwed the pooch that badly.
Oh, they really did. It's awful, right? It's awful.
Okay.
Yeah, I realized because I was just making myself a cup of tea before I started, and my kettle is next to my DVD shelf. And I just looked up and saw Powers season 1. You didn't buy season 2. I could tell what I like. Yeah, it's awful. Man, it was awful. So Netflix, come on. It's like what are they gonna do with Umbrella Academy? Are they just gonna like gender swap? Was it Elliot Page's character? Clearly, yeah. Elliot Page.
Is that the name now?
And I'm not going to dead name anyone. YouTube.
Elliot Page is the name now.
Apparently so. But like, are they just going to? Here's the trouble. I love. What's his name? Michael. Is it Sheehan? He was in the English series called Misfits, and he was fantastic in that. Yeah. And he's in this as like the junkie brother. If you ever seen it.
Yes.
And he's fantastic in it. And then, the first year when Elliot Page had a different name, weirdly, it was okay. The second year, whenever they were on the screen, it died instantly.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Oh God, I don't want to, just skeeze me out now. You're like, listen, if you're trans, God bless you. Please don't show me a double mastectomy surgery, okay? It grosses me out. It just does. Look, live and let live, baby. It's just like you keep some stuff to yourself. Is all I'm saying.
Well, I know the thing is like, I mean, it's like don't, they turn all these things into, it becomes like this thing that it's not supposed to be. I'm like, the show isn't even about that.
I know,
but you're making it about that.
Yeah, it was a fun superhero show that did kooky, weird things. I like that. I give you more of that. By the way, you watching the new Star Trek, Strange New Worlds?
No,
I was good.
Really? I thought it was going to be awful. So I was just like,
I started reviewing it to take the piss out of it. Right? I wanted to rank on it, and it's good. This week's episode was better than the Orville, and it was like a good season 2 TNG episode. Really good writing. Yeah, that's the right expressions you should have. What? I don't understand.
Because I was so many ways I was contriving in my mind that this was gonna go woke and just suck, and I was just like, I'm already not there.
This is what I think's happened, right? The culture war is essentially over in terms of entertainment, and we've reached a new détente, right? No one's admitting it, but everyone's just like, unless you have like companies that it really doesn't matter how much you spend and how few people watch it, right? Like Disney. It just doesn't matter. It's not connected to reality at all. They can make Obi-Wan Kenobi over and over again. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter that nobody likes it, right? It doesn't matter. Yeah. But generally speaking, it's like Star Trek. It reached the end. It had to make something that people like would watch. Doctor Who. I think they're going to do the same thing. Like the
thing is, like, who are they even catering to? Because
themselves.
It is themselves.
It is themselves. White liberals, and I hate to choose a skin color, but they're all white bloody liberals. They're the most racist people in the world, mate. Oh my God.
But that's the thing that's funny to me. It's like they're doing all these things, and I'm like, black folks don't want to see this.
Oh God, yeah. Listen, and there are more roles for black people now, and less range and variety,
and they suck.
Yes, you're right. I mean, listen, I'm sure Moses Ingram is a good actress, right? I haven't seen her in Queen's Gambit, but people say she's good in that. I have nothing in this thing. It's a lazy character. Her character, she's a black woman. That's it. I've just described the whole character. There's nothing more.
Yeah. That's it. And you're like, why are you even still alive?
And they put her on screen with really cool, like Sith bad guys, like bits coming at them. I was like, oh, you're cool. And she's so shit. And I just don't get it, right? I don't get it. Instead of paying for your Disney Plus, okay, if you're a digital person, I would say do the digital deluxe. That's why $30. Was it 230 pages of content? That's pretty good value, I would say.
See, I think it's a reverse scheme. I think the idea is they're going to put all these shows out that suck, And they're going to be like, hey, see, told you nobody wants to see black folks in shows. That's not what it is. People don't want to see sucky shows. It's just real simple.
They will come up with that.
People don't want to see
right.
shows.
I was, what? I was sane for a second. I went, that's crazy. That can't happen. And I went, oh, wait. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Oh, my God. Although it's over. I think that we're in a major shift is going on, right? So I think the next 3 months, something crazy is going to happen. But I think
they can't be making money.
What, Star Wars? I mean, what about Indiana Jones? So that apparently ends with Phoebe Waller-Bridge being Indiana Jones. I leave me alone.
I refuse.
Me too.
I refuse to partake. I refuse.
Yeah.
You know what the challenge is? The trap is? The trap is the kids. So my kids, they want to see stuff. They want to see Obi-Wan. They want to see all this stuff. So I was talking with my kid. He was like, why do you not want to watch this? I said, okay, well, what characters do you like? It's like, oh, he's telling me about the superheroes. I'm like, okay, so imagine seeing a show where they do a next generation of that show. They kill all your characters and their deaths mean nothing.
How old's your kid, by the way?
I'm like, because even when we watched the kind of third set of Star Wars movies, I'm like, they just systematically killed all my heroes and their deaths meant nothing. Han Solo's death meant nothing. Leia's death meant nothing. Luke's death was so pathetic for a guy who was a Jedi master. And it meant nothing. And you get to the final movie, and like I said, it meant nothing. Their deaths meant nothing.
Here's a way to save Star Wars, right? Here's the way you can save it. Cancel everything they're doing. Stop. Just stop everything. Just stop everything, okay? Boba Fett, stop it. Just stop, okay? Do one great movie. Get a great director to put it together, like what's his name? The guy did Tenet, which I didn't like that much. But
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And have the movie The Death and Life of Luke Skywalker, and have do a different timeline. Forget all that. He's a very aged Luke Skywalker, and he's recounting his life to like a young Padawan or whatever. And then you could de-age him. You can see Mara Jade. You could see bits of the original trilogy from a different angle, and you'd get his life story, right? And that would be like, okay, we would hit the reset button with that.
Yeah.
But until then, you want the digital deluxe, I would say.
Hey, the great thing about the digital deluxe is that you not only do you get all 3 books, but if you guys haven't visited Global Comics, it's basically an online comic store, and you'll get a 3-year subscription, and they have over 10,000 books, including like Metal Hurlant. They got heavy metal. They've got a whole bunch of really cool indie books there. So it's like you'll get a free subscription to that.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
So there's cool stuff there.
So where is that again?
Global Comics.
Globalcomics.com.
And it's comics with an X, the way we like it.
Comics. Okay.
Globalcomics.com.
So my website too.
So if you back that tier, you get a free year subscription to that. Plus you get, the digital comics for Magna and the Posse.
Okay. Well, obviously, I mean, you get the product that you bought as well. That's what you're
exactly.
saying. Right. All right. Fine. So then you get the T-shirts are all over print. Oh yeah, all over print T-shirts. These are cool. I remember you showed me last time. $40. $40 is nice. A decent price. How big they go up to?
What's that?
You get 2XL. Okay, that should.
You get the 2XL. And the good thing too is like if you buy, let's say you the best way honestly to buy that shirt is to get a book and then get a shirt, or get a book and get a beanie, because then the shipping is cheaper that way.
Yeah. And Posse shirt as well, also $40.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. It's a recommend. Man, this is great artwork. Freaking awesome artwork. Really love what you. Again, I wish you guys had like we're just giving coding or something to do, right? I would love to see what you do like a franchise like that. But this is awesome. Yeah. Really good, and the I do like the acting. The acrobatics, I should say.
Yes, I love the choreographed fighting. You know, it's fun. So,
Yeah.
You know, some
All
good
right.
quick fights in there.
Fine. Listen, it's in the video notes. It's in the chat. Go check it out. Crystal Nolan says Darren M. I'm going to start looking at Doctor Who stuff, so you can stay with me if you want and be confused, or you can hit the road. Whatever you want, mate.
What Doctor Who stuff are you looking at?
I'm going to be looking at the location filming footage for the new Doctor Who. With
Nice.
which is with David Tennant. There's a bunch of new stuff there coming on, which I had no idea about.
What is your I already kind of know, but I'm asking you anyway. What is your basic thought about this new Doctor Who?
Oh, I think it's good. I'm very optimistic. I'm very, very, very optimistic. A lot of people are not, right? A lot of people are not. Yeah, it's a lot of people are like, is this going to be? Here, I'll show you my video going out tomorrow, and this is the taps into the very fear beating in the heart of the fandom menace Doctor Who community. 1 second. Wrong thumbnail. There you go. This one over here. So. Is Doctor Who exclusively a gay show, an LGBTQ plus show? Is it? Because I get the feeling that's what they would like it to be. And I'm not sure if I don't know. See, look, the guy doing it, Rusty Davis, fantastic talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has never delivered anything bad yet. Very on board for the to be a part of the queer alliance, right? Very. So I don't know if he's going to use it as a platform or not, right? I think. What he did last time, he had a character in it called Captain Jack, which was fantastic. It was like this really fun character who was like swashbuckling, and he also would sleep with anything. He was omnisexual, and he was very flirty and funny, right?
I call that a trisexual. He'll try anything.
Yeah, and I was like, and it was his character. And then they did an adult spin-off called Torchwood, where he was very gay, right? Very, very, and he looked. I don't want to, because anything I don't do is not my business, and I hope everybody enjoys themselves, right? I'm not here to sit in judgment on anyone, right? And I like John Barrowman, I like the character Captain Jack. So what he did there was he made a character that's a character that you cared about, that you loved, right? And he happened to be gay, right? So I'm like, okay, that I'm fine with. If it's more like, as we see a lot in media, hi, I'm a black woman, right? Reva, I'm a black, and that's it. Do you have any back? No backstory. How do you get? I'm not going to tell you. I'm just a black woman. That's all you got on. That's all you got on. Now I'm going to do some backflips, right?
That's what they've kind of forgotten. It's like that's not a story conceit. Being a black woman is not a story conceit. Being gay is not a story conceit. That's just a characteristic of the character, but that's not the story.
Right.
Like I got this story. What happened? It's Superman, but he's gay. That's not a story. That's not a story.
Yeah. It's and it's where stories die, right? It's the end of the story. So anyway, look, I'm gonna start pulling up clips. You're welcome to join, mate. You're welcome to stay. Oh, Dan's it. Dan, if you want to join as well. By the way, I invited Dan on last week, right? And he said, "Oh yeah, I might come. I'm not gonna be home till the gym for whatever, right?" But I never replied. I never replied because that's when I was really getting sick. I was like, I was still doing shows. So
yes.
Here,
blame the Rona. Blame the Rona. Yes, blame the Rona.
The 1 second over here. Okay, and then I go to Messenger. Doink. There you go. Anyway, as I said, I'd rather have Peter Capaldi turn into Captain Jack than Whittaker. Or listen, I'd rather Peter Capaldi turn into a bucket of poo. Frankly, I mean, I've seen the Whittaker stuff. A bucket of like soapy poo would be more effective against the Daleks, right? They're like, bollocks! I don't go near that. No. They don't say bollocks so much. Darren said, please drop by Dan's channel's Facebook and subscribe. Yes. Fine. So let's pull up this first clip. Okay. Video file. Thinking about it. Okay. 1. Doink. There me get rid of the sound because copyrighted. Oh, wait. So this is interesting. You see these aliens over here, like walking down the street.
They've got lobster hands.
Yeah. So here's the incredible thing. We think this is from a 1970s black and white Doctor Who comic book called with a character called Meet the Beep, who's a giant, big, furry, cute alien who turns out to be a villain. So, if that's the case, this is going to be fucking crazy, mate. This is insane. All right? Can I get a picture of Meet the Beep here? Give me a second. Here we go. Meet the Beep. Right, again, this is all part of our like childhood. It's coming up.
But you notice the old stories are basically all the good ones now.
Yeah, that's true. Well, because they were stories.
They were stories. I mean, look at like the MCU. That was all built on old stories. Now they're trying to bring more contemporary stories in. You're like, oh, okay, you're losing me.
And like, it really does anybody watching Miss Marvel? Like anybody?
I tried because I have a child that wanted to watch it, but he's young and even he was like, this isn't good.
Thank God I do not have a kid in this era. So this is Meet the Beep.
Nice.
Meet the Beep. So this was designed by Dave Gibbons, who did Watchmen, and it seems like a pretty accurate rendition of them. So these are called and again, the comic books were bonkers and balmy and completely out of canon, right? And that they're including him in this is crazy, right? That's absolutely freaking crazy.
What happens when you're out of ideas?
I'm sorry?
That's what happens when you're out of ideas.
No, opposite. This is the opposite. Absolutely the opposite. This is genius. This is making. This is like a frothy, joyous celebration of Doctor Who, from taking like the most bizarre arcane places, right? A place that only fans would really know about, and doing it lovingly, at a reasonable pace. So next clip is, oh yeah, so this is going to see Rose, who is the trans character. And fire, I think. Oh, there you go. 1 second. Now to prove these clips, we're going to double team now. It's very, very disturbing. There's going to be 2 Doctor Who fans on talking about these things, and you squeeze in the middle. I hope you're ready for this. May I introduce you to royalty? It is Birmingham's King of the Geeks. How are you doing, sir?
Double team. Hello, mate. You feeling better now, Rabbi?
Today's the first day I felt basically normal.
Almost human again.
I mean, listen, for me.
Getting there.
Hello, John. Good to meet you, mate.
Good to meet you too, my friend. How you doing, Dan?
I'm all the better for seeing you and your artwork. Loved the visuals so far. Very Neil Adams, I thought. I was in the chat. Passing comments. Loved it. Best of luck with that, mate.
That, my friend. Appreciate it.
What we're looking at?
Oh, so more location footage. Let me start with this one, which is this one I think is slightly more exciting. I'm trying to explain how awesome it is they're going to Meet the Beep in Doctor Who.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah,
this is great, isn't it?
This must be new from the night shoot they did on Friday. Sorry, John, we are getting really good.
Yeah. I only saw this morning. Yeah, but the first time you're seeing them with legs.
Well, I suppose, I know that John's heard of Dave Gibbons, and these are Dave Gibbons' creations being brought to the screen there. They look fantastic, don't they, Rabbi?
I think the quality of this production is going to be awesome. I'm really, really excited about it.
Did you see they've got drones filming and all sorts? They've got drones filming in that street and everything.
Oh, yeah, we're going to look at that stuff. Right. I didn't know if that was a camera or if that was a prop. It could be both, actually, for that matter. But the camera is going to be freaking awesome, right? It's going to be awesome. By the way, you broke it into Strange New Worlds, haven't you? What episode are you up to?
I'm 3 episodes in.
Oh, it gets better.
It's really good. It's really
good. It's weird, right? I was so expecting to be awful.
It's Star Trek. I don't know what was the problem? Why couldn't they have done this 4 years ago?
Yeah, where were you 3 years ago? For however long it was.
Yeah.
Why we
All right, I'm going to check it out now.
Discovery for this.
I'll check it out now.
Yeah,
I was convinced it was going to suck. I was like, yeah, you're not getting me. You're not.
So
I'm not
was I.
falling for the okie doke. I'm like, no.
My yardstick for it was, if it was a fan film, would I like it? Right?
Yes.
Because I love the fan films. I really
Yes.
did. I really miss them. And if this was a fan film, I'll be wetting myself. I'll be like, this is awesome. I mean,
You know what? It's a similar conclusion that I've come to because people don't like Ethan Peck as Spock, and I get that. But having said that, I watched.
He's me now, right? Episode 5 is a Spock and T'Pryl episode, and it's awesome. It's just so awesome,
and
right?
she is really hot.
Oh my god!
Which,
let me show you my thumbnail for that review.
But it's right though, mate, because when we were watching Star Trek Continues, did you watch that, John?
I love that.
It's really good. But they have a guy playing Spock in that who's nothing like Spock. He's nothing like Leonard Nimoy. And to be fair, he's not that good. But we accepted it because they won us over with those great stories. And so I can't really be angry at Strange New Worlds for Ethan Peck when I was happy to take Star Trek Continues. Yeah, she's still looking really.
So I mean, it has to be in its own timeline for many reasons. So what?
Yes.
But anyway, the thumbnail for this is strange. I appear to be cast for the male gaze. Yet chronometers read 2022. Fascinating. I have experienced what humans refer to as wood. That is what my ass is geometrically and it is. Oh my god! It's like got a gravity field around it. She has the most perfect ass ever created.
Really?
Ever.
I'll have to go back.
And I'm grateful. You know what? They go to the rabbi. Rabbi, is there a blessing for everything? Of course, there is a blessing for everything. How about the perfect arsehole to T'Pryl on Star Trek? Well, I have to think about that one.
I shall be sure to check this out. Yeah, the moon of Vulcan, as I'm.
Yes, it's fantastic. But no, she's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. But the show's actually really good. I mean, episode 6 was on when episode 2 of Orville. A really great episode, right? With a real good moral quandary that, I mean, I can tell what was coming because I've seen this sort of thing before. But I feel like it was a good season 2 TNG.
No, I agree. I mean, particularly if John's not going to watch it, if John's going to watch it, I won't go into plot with it. But I think it's a great, it's just a great adventure show that a whole family can sit down and potentially watch together. And for people like us who are sort of in middle age, there's not many of these stories that we haven't seen some version of somewhere along the line. So there's going to be fewer surprises in it for us in that sense.
Personally, I love that perfect Sixers Trek aesthetic, which they're really nailing.
So do I.
And listen, not that one should do drugs, but if you were really, really, really high, it doesn't hurt. Okay, allegedly, I'll ask my son.
There's nothing wrong with a well executed trope, and you just give it to us with a little bit way we haven't seen it before. I'm totally cool with that.
Bit of panache, because there's always somebody out there watching, John, who hasn't seen it. Because not everybody's a geek, are they?
Yeah, that's too bad for them. But yeah. I'm going to dip into the chat. So I will still be here because I'm going to eat my lunch while I'm on the chat.
Doodle pip. Cool. What are you having for lunch? Anything good?
Gonna have some burritos.
Ooh,
yeah.
I tell you, everyone's freaking about the price of food in America now. This is what it's like being Jewish. Okay, add 30% onto your food budget. That's what totally.
Well, you know what? They claim that inflation is 11%, but the problem is the price of everything is doubled. So I'm not a mathematician, but yeah.
Listen. I think everybody can smell bullshit.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, okay, I'm not a mathematician, but yesterday.
Something I really want to do. We've really got to have a sweepstake for when we think the apocalypse is going to start. I think next 3 months. Pick a date, right? Pick a date. You get raped by Beelzebub last. Okay, how about that?
You could call it like the Nostradamus show. We can all make our predictions.
I don't know when. It's coming, baby. It's coming. Anyway,
that way, even if we all lose, somebody wins.
Exactly.
I guess. The link to Indiegogo is in the chat. Best of luck with it. You're already funded, so it's coming and it looks freaking awesome.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Rabbi. Dan, it was a pleasure to meet you, brother.
Same to you, my friend. Take care. Enjoy your burrito.
Oh, enjoying it.
Yeah. Fine. So
Nice
this
guy.
is a bit of Yasmin Finney action.
Is it? She's done all that smoke, has she, all on her own?
Apparently so. Apparently, listen, big practice, please, baby. Okay, she's good casting because I'm not really into the trans thing, as you may be aware, right? I'm a bit skeeved out by it.
Yeah.
But she's got this real natural charm. I mean, like, firstly, I call her she without blinking. It feels normal to call her she, which is unusual, right?
Yeah, come to think of it, I do as well.
Right, because she definitely got that energy, and she also she seems likable, right? Yes, I seem to like. Oh, she seems like a friend's daughter, right? I care about her, and she emotes that, right? And I'm really getting that. Are you getting that vibe, or is it just me?
I haven't seen. It's just like with Shooty. I was tempted to go and watch Sex Education to see him in that, and I was tempted to watch Heartstopper to see her in.
Oh, don't do that! It'll make you crazy. We're too old.
Yeah, that's the conclusion that I came to. And so I've never seen any of them act, and I haven't seen any of this footage where she is actually acting. So if you have, and you say, you've seen more than I have.
Up for you, but there's a great picture of her with Tennant looking scared. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm completely open to all of these new characters. I mean, we don't know what.
Look, you give me Meet the Beep, I can pretty much put up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like going to be a great episode. There's so much going on. Unit and these aliens, and there's so much stuff happening.
I mean, the spacecraft as well, which looks just like the spacecraft from. I don't know if it was in the original Star Beast, but they certainly have the spacecraft in the later one.
It feels like a Dave Gibbons thing, right?
Yeah, it does. It looks exactly like, and the way that that clip that you had a moment ago when I came on, I'd not seen that before, and so to see them walking down the street like that,
right, yeah,
just awesome. It is 2 decades on from what I mean. Just look at that, mate.
Right. Yeah, I'm just going to look at.
And to think, when we see this stuff, usually when we see location footage, we usually have to say to ourselves, "Oh, well, it'll look better on screen." That looks
that looks awesome now. Yeah. I'm doing a search on Twitter for Yasmin Finney.
Red number 1 in the chat just said, "Oh, is that?" Just said, "Imagine if Doctor Who got cancelled after this. I'd be fine if this was Doctor Who's last show and it was good."
If it was awful, it's awful. But here it is. 1 second. I don't actually. Now I'm looking at. I don't know if it's David Tennant I like or. 1 second. Here. There's a picture where it's a collage. I'm trying to find some. Find that picture on its own. There we go. Oh, there we go. New pictures. Better picture of the sonic screwdriver. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this all that. Yeah, it's definitely a new sonic screwdriver.
Yeah, the sonic looks great.
Okay, now I'm looking at the picture. It's clearly David Tennant's performance I'm enjoying rather than Yasmin Finney's. But look, you're standing next to him. It's fair enough. Yeah, let me pull it up here. Here he comes.
Yeah.
We got these ones over here. Doink.
He looks like he's just effortlessly the Doctor again, doesn't he? It's extraordinary.
Doesn't he? Right. But I love the subtle little differences. Like again, the different color coat. Is this Is this a black coat or is it just a bad picture? I can't tell.
I think it's just a grimy picture. Yeah, it is blue. Right.
But again, I just feel there's a sense of jeopardy with that, and it doesn't. I don't know. It's not the normally trans thing does bother me. This not bothering me here. Don't know why. And the new Sonic,
the eyebrow goes up.
Right.
Oh, this is so great to see. I mean, this has got to be 3 or 4 weeks ago. This was announced now, and the novelty's nowhere near worn off.
It's still awesome. Here, I got another video. 1 second. Third one. Oh yeah, this is a unit driving into action. I mean, just look at the number of people. Look what they got there. This is I don't think
That's a
Howard
lot
ever had
of
that
lot of
many
troops.
That is a lot. That's a big budget. That's a bigger budget than Line of Duty, for example. Look at that.
It's a couple of dozen people there at least.
Right. And they're all like, again, these aren't cheap extras. They're all trained. There's real money going into this. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
There's certainly real money going into this.
It's just so reassuring. I mean, it's like we're watching the first episode. It's like when a TV show's gone out of production for a few years and then they make another one, or a movie series stops for a while and then they make another one and we see some, that's how it feels. Whatever, it just immediately sort of drains away all your cynicism to see something being put together.
It really does. I really think they're doing a great job with it. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be really just fun Doctor Who. They must be doing a multiverse thing, right? I mean, which is clearly where Chibnall's was heading to anyway. So I think that's like the same way. And I do get the feeling that he wants to do the representation in a successful way, right?
I would agree with you usually, but I don't think Russell T Davies would be that interested in the multiverse as an idea, as a concept. I think.
So I'm intrigued to know it seems to be the silly Marvel style idea that he would go for. The Crisis on Infinite Earth sort of thing. Well, DC, right?
I don't know. I'm not surprised he's reached into the comic strips because his earlier stuff was comic strippy. But no, I think that he views sci-fi concepts like that, harder sci-fi ideas, even though everybody and their mother went to see Spider-Man No Way Home. I think that Russell T Davies would still view a concept like that as potential anti-Viagra for general audiences that they wouldn't understand. Wouldn't be able to invest in it.
See, Russell's really got his finger on the national zeitgeist, and and we as you said, it's the thing now. Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange, Flash, and how they're going to recast Ezra Miller before that he is on a spiral. Ezra Miller, bloody hell.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they bumped that film again. They found out that he's been grooming somebody now.
Yeah, and the person who's grooming said, no, I wasn't groomed. And they can't find him to serve the warrant. That's never good.
Oh, he's now MIA.
Yeah.
A sign of innocence, obviously. Nothing to hide.
It's not that he didn't look creepy to start with. Right?
Well, anyway. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he does look a bit, yeah.
So this is, I think, the noble clan getting into a taxi. And what's this? Posse. Yeah, they'll stay with Tenem. And the fight is going to be awesome. I mean, this just looks like it's really going to be awesome.
They're going to save Doctor Who. They're going to save Doctor Who for us. I knew the Bad Wolf would.
Yeah. Although again,
I knew they could. I didn't know that they would.
Well, I still don't know, to be honest with you. Like, he just gave this big review, this interview I saw on Metro. I did that. That's why I did that. That is Doctor exclusively gay LGBTQ plus thing from. It's he was saying, well, listen, the LGBT are under attack with the "Don't Say Gay" bill from Florida. I'm like,
yes, I saw that. I saw that article as well.
Like, why do you believe that, man? I don't get it. Again, we're in a place where we believe fundamentally different things, and we both think each other's being lied to, and being used and being duped, right? And no, they think that about our side. I don't think they think about themselves at all. But
because they are higher beings, you see.
It's really the smugness. It is unbelievable smugness. But yeah, it's we're seeing so many weird things. This whole January 6th on TV thing. It's so Orwellian, right? At this point, and they're arresting like political rivals, and this is really third world country stuff. It's bizarre where we're at. It's like so quick.
Yeah, it is, and I saw Russell talking about that. I mean, I had to go and look that up. The whole "Don't Say Gay" bill thing.
Oh,
and it's nothing like the narrative that was trotted out into our media and that came into my sphere. You know, when I traced it back, that wasn't what it was about at all. And the idea that they've taken it as
I'm just going to pull up the I had some
and have you spoken about Chris Eccleston yet?
No, I haven't got. I actually spoke about that on Friday, but like, you know, it's again very Orwellian. You know, like they are browbeaten into believing this insanity. I don't want to say anything negative about a man who's got a history of mental health problems, but must he really? Every time he opens his mouth, he says something completely and utterly morose. There is that. So anyway, this is what the "Don't Say Gay" bill is about. Like they didn't want. So it's blurred out, but his dick's dangling out in front of that 3-year-old kid. It's like
really,
it's insane, right? This is I
did see this.
It's not going to lick itself. Fair enough, I guess. So somebody said, "Oh, that's just an ice cream parlor." Like this isn't normal, right?
No, this is bad on so many levels that we'd be talking till midnight about this.
This is not helpful for anybody, right? This is a 7-year-old's textbook in school.
A 7-year-old?
Yeah, it's out of control, right? Oh, and then was it the pièce de résistance? Let me pull this up for you. Hang on. I saw this. I thought, oh, you know what? This is a shock. Said nobody ever. 1 second.
What are you going to show me now?
Oh, okay, so where's it? Now I can't find the window. Oh, there you go. That back. God, look, this scared-looking kid going to this creepy person. Head of Drag Queen Story Hour organization arrested for child porn. Really? What a shock!
There we go again.
You don't say they were somewhat disingenuous sometimes. Oh yeah, and there was at a prom or so, there's some school thing for young kids. They invited a drag queen called something like Veronica Jizz. Or what? Really? You have to go with the Veronica Jizz? Really? That's what does jizz mean? Well, that's a very special thing, children.
It's it is exactly what it is exactly what it looks like. There's no way of dressing this up. And the more that they try to,
they do dress it up and they call you a bigot. Like that's the weird thing. What? And so this is a don't say gay bill. Look, Russell, mate, I've seen you work. You like families and children. You don't like raping children. I don't think that's your bag, man. Right? I do not think that's your bag.
He seems to become enthralled to this sort of phony setup over there of victimhood.
Right.
It just doesn't apply. I mean, I don't think it applies there. Americans, let me know. I don't think it does, and it certainly doesn't apply here in the UK. So what he's crowing on about, I really don't know. It's when I see him giving interviews like that I think, whoa, and that's the only time I ever get worried.
Right.
What is going on in your head that you think that this is real? That this is.
Well, they do again. They do not want to talk because they don't want to hear they're wrong. But on the upside, we have good news because this was very, very good. This was in terms of script, the best of the three of them, right?
Really, because the first one was really strong, wasn't it?
Well, the first one was strong because it had Tom Baker in it, right? In all fairness,
True.
This one has this was weaker because it's Colin Baker instead of Tom Baker. But the script is by Lisa McMullen. She's an A-lister now. To me, totally. This is finally they have a real. They actually had another good script as well. They're starting to get some breakthrough talent, right? At last. And so This is a real recommend. Really good use of the Weeping Angels as well.
This is because they've used them on audio before, haven't they? And they don't always
Right.
they don't always work. But yeah, I've loved these, and I don't know why it has to end here. I don't know why Tennant can't do one with McCoy, with McGann.
Well, they said in interviews like I had like a few days to write this in, right? So they clearly only had his availability for a few not long at all. Em is here. How you doing, Em? Thank you for joining us. Did anybody else I missed? I probably missed a bunch of people. Red number 1. How you doing? I always want to call you Red 5. It's weird, but I have to stop myself. Red number 1. How are you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. And okay, so far back as I'm going. Fine. Do you have anything coming on the channel tonight?
Well, maybe. What's the time? No, I don't. I was tempted to schedule something for tonight, but I'm not going to. There's a Type 40 Extra coming your way if you subscribe to the Spacebook. Type 40 Extra is sort of a feedback, general sort of catch-up show. That's an hour with myself and my co-host. You have to tune into the show to see who that is. That might drop tomorrow. It might drop Tuesday. I don't know. I may live stream tomorrow night about movies and TV and whatever. I'm not sure. But yeah, just please, actually, no, don't subscribe to the Spacebook channel, because every time I say subscribe to the Spacebook channel, somebody unsubscribes. So don't do that.
Thing. Yeah. Although I noticed my views and they were way down. Right, they were about. So I'm like, is the channel being throttled? And probably a little bit. Yeah, that's going on. But I forget, during the summer, everything crawls. Everything slows down.
Yeah, somebody told me. I can't remember who it was. It was another YouTuber. Somebody told me that it was because of the. I know this sounds weird because I just went, because of the Johnny Depp trial. That apparently there was so much, the way that algorithms work, that there was so much of a focus on that trial, and particularly on YouTube, people were making so many videos about it. The volume was so high that the algorithm kind of picked up that and pretty much nothing else. And so apparently it's had a massive effect on all sorts of channels, big and small. I don't know if anybody thinks there's any truth in that. I'm going to just what I've been told, because I could go mad. I never look at the stats. As long as people like it.
Crazy. Never look at them. Never tell me the odds.
As long as people say reasonably nice things in the chat or are interested in what I've got to say and nobody swats me, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of swatting going on. But it's always amazing me because like your subscriber base is really low and your views are really, really high.
I don't get it either.
I guess which people will subscribe, right? Because it's like, I know your view. You normally get at least 60 people on the Type 40 Live.
Yeah, I mean, we were up, for a while, up until Easter, we were getting double that for a lot of the things, going up and up and up and up and up, and now it's just gone like that. And I mean, it could be because of opinions. I don't know, but it could be because of the summer months.
Who knows? I still think so. I think things are still evening out. Fine, I have to. I put this off for two shows, and I can't do it again. I got to do my review of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which you haven't seen this episode yet.
I'll leave you to that because I've got to go and eat anyway. But
what are you having tonight?
I am having a jacket potato, with sweet corn and carrots.
That sounds very nice.
I'm going to get stuck into that, and there'll be some baby plum tomatoes, I think, at the side too.
Well, there you go. There you go.
You only live once, Rabbi. You only live once.
Exactly. Let the good times roll. I still got some gazpacho soup. I have a local person who makes soup every week. I normally buy Red Dwarf. And my wife said, get 2 containers of gazpacho because everybody loves it. I'm the only one who bloody likes it. I've had gazpacho soup coming out my bloody ears now. I'm like, oh my God. Well, I hope next week is a different soup.
Good stuff. Well, enjoy whatever you get up to, my friend. It's good to hear you back in your fine voice.
Thank God. As before. Yeah, it's been productive. Being able to do things. It's been quite
Thanks,
nice.
everybody in the chat. I'll speak to you later, mate. Take care.
A little bit. Thank you for joining us. Very good. Very good. Fine. I have threatened. And this is actually worthwhile, right? This is actually worth our time. Let me pull it up. So I hope this is right? Looks like it is. Hang on, let me just check something over here. Or maybe it isn't. I don't know. The screen grabs came out a bit weird, but that's so. Where are we up to? What are we doing? Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek. Wonderful. No, that's Star Wars. What's the tune for Star Trek? Da, 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 da. No, that's the wrong one. It's the wrong one. Da, 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 da. There you go. I found it. Because this is very traditional Star Trek, and I'm quite enjoying it. So it starts off. Listen, I'm okay with them whoring out TOS because I like TOS and they're doing it in a way that I like, so I'm cool, right? So it starts off, you got this really cool little Star Trek logo. As I said, listen, don't do drugs, kids, but if you were super high, this is kind of cool. So I like that, right? I like the beginning bit, right? And so now we got this great opening scene and we're on Vulcan and it feels like Vulcan. It feels Vulcan-y Vulcan, right? It feels TOS Vulcan. It's got the right kind of soundtrack. Now, I understand. There may be a gazillion billion continuity errors, okay? This is in its own universe, and it really is. But, I do like this new take on Vulcan mating habits. So it starts off, we have this Spock's like dangling in the bell. And T'Pril's says, you're too human. God, she's so hot. She's so crazily hot, this woman. And he says, Spock, you're human. And he has this like, and so obviously, you're in a dream sequence. He's like, what's going on? I'm human. And you gotta fight for my honor. Who you gotta fight? Your Vulcan side, right? So they have this big this is totally wrong, man. These are the there we go. Hang on. We are in totally the wrong part. So let's try here. We'll do this. Try this. Okay, now it looks like it's working fine. So we got and it's actually a good Vulcan-y fight bit, right? I just worked out where how the slides are working out. Fine. So you have this good Vulcan-y fight thing. Listen, if it was a fan film, I would have a hard on for this. It's freaking awesome, right? Absolutely awesome. And it feels still kind of, while reverential, feels kind of fresh and new, right? And I get he doesn't look like Leonard Nimoy, right? Well, we just got why JJ gets fully out of HBO. There goes Kurtzman's funding. That'd be so typical, right? As a just finally just give some good Star Trek, right? So anyway, you have this great fighter, but he wakes up. He's having, and I do like this kind of inner angst that they're showing, and he's not being overly emotional, and I do quite like it, right? So they're by this space station thing for repairs, and they're all taking shore leave down there. I love this design work, right? It feels modern and it feels traditional at the same time. So he's having some time with T'Pril. T'Pril. She's there, see him, and they're like happy to spend time with each other. And I do like, again, this approach to sexuality in Vulcans. It seems organic to me, right? It doesn't seem like jarring, right? But yeah, they do. They spend time together because they haven't seen each other, and they have the unemotional but clearly emotional at the same time. I like it. So he's got to go for this meeting, and then they're going to be back, and they'll spend time together. So they put up these great new stakes, and I love his green top, the homage to the Kirk green top. Wait a second. There you go. I love his green top. So you got this species that has a subspace corridor or something, and they're taking negotiations with the Romulans and the Klingons and the Federation, and they had one meeting with the Tellarites that just went like not well. Again, loving the green top, right? They had this giant like screaming match at each other with the Tellarites, right? And Uhura's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what you're doing there either. But okay, she's there. Because it's got maybe great communication. So then in they come straight away, and they say, "Oh, Captain, we will talk to." I said, "Hi," and they're really friendly, right? He's super friendly, and they say, "Carl, let's negotiate right now." And he's like, "Wait, I got to get back to T'Pril. I'm going to get my ass kicked, right? This is not good, right? This is not good." They said, "No, we're supposed to meet later." No, let's meet now, like friends, right? And they have this really nice little chat. Meanwhile, always happy to see a bit of Nurse Chapel. Super hot. The Latinx lesbian with the head side of her shape, just useless. Really just a useless character. Get rid of her. I'm sorry. I love the Doctor though. Freaking love the Doctor. I mean, his character. I mean, yeah, I think he does have a character. Like, he's a Doctor. You know what I like about him? You kind of get that feeling that you kind of trust him medically, right? And I do love the costume, how it's like original series and all. Anyway, so they're about to beam down for shore leave, and whatever, and they Noonien Singh and Number One are there, and they're saying, "Oh, you're staying here." I said, "Oh, yeah, that's why you have that nickname." And they're like, "Don't say the nickname. Oh, don't say it." And she's so hot. Don't say the nickname. She's like, "What nickname?" Oh, and they say it's where fun goes to die. Where fun goes to die is Number One, and she is not enamored by this at all, right? Not enamored at all. And they beam down, and God, she's such an annoying character, right? She's one of the only things that is really useless about this show, right? So then Spock goes to meet Pro. She is pissed, right? She is in trouble, and he feels very bad. Which again, I understand a bit emotional, but I like this thing. So she storms out, said, "I took the time to come in. You couldn't take the time to meet me." And they had all this stuff ready. He's like, F up. Okay. So then we get the titles. Gorgeous. And I would just say, kids, don't do drugs. But if you do, if you smoke a lot of weed and watch this, you may enjoy yourself. Okay, that might happen. Oh, look at that. It's so good. Okay, it's so good. And then, you got the more. The only problem with the title is the music is so bland. It's like on a generic voiceover, or like a generic Star Trek style music, right? But looks pretty. I mean, it really does. It looks so nice. So anyway, so then there you see like this biodome they're in. Oh no, that's not that. That was just all the titles. So then they're at a bar. Oh yeah, she was. So I had this thing that I found quite annoying, right? That she was like, they intimated that she was bi, and I don't know. I think the masturbating fantasy of her doing a three-way could offset the irritation that causes, but only just. But she was saying, I don't want to be tied down to anybody. Don't have stronger, and that's why she likes Ensign Beefcake over here. He's like, and it's just pure sex and fun. That's all it is. And he's like, well, I'd like to talk about where this is going. And she's like, oh, fuck off, leave me alone. And he says, I gotta go, bye. Meanwhile, they talk about not being fun. We're not fun, but it's okay. We're not fun. Then they hear something going. There's an intruder alert from the airlock, and they go and check it out. And it's a couple of ensigns go, "Help! Call help!" So yeah, she sees Spock across the room. She goes to talk to him. Says Spock. He says, "I don't know what to do. I screwed up." And she's like, hits him across the head. The idiot! Yeah, you didn't have a choice, but she's still, you gotta make it up to her, right? You gotta let her know that she's important, that she's the most important thing to you. So they do this Vulcan ceremony where they're supposed to see each other, be inside each other's minds, right? Again, this feels organic to being Vulcan to me, right? It just feels like it works. So they do the ceremony, Vulcany, and then all the lights go off, and they swap bodies, and it's Freaky Friday, and she's in Spock's body, and he's in hers, and it was like, well, this is weird. And they're like, well, we got to try and find a way of switching back, right? Meanwhile, the Captain Admiral April, again, proving we're in a different universe, says that they want to meet with Spock now, right? Meanwhile, they're trying to swap back, and they can't. They're trapped there. And again, these scenes are really delightful. There's a real nice little light comic timing with these, which and it's subtle, right? Maybe I'm just happy to be enjoying it. But basically, so they look over, and it says, "Well, we have to, just pretend to be me, right?" And Pike says, "Hey, look, they really got. I'm sorry about this." Says, "We're in the middle of something, Captain." He said, "I'm sorry about this, but you know, they want to meet with you again, and like, you know, everything depends on it. And Tabril's like, you should go, right? First they and then they come clean that we should tell him, and they're trying to find a way of swapping back. And he says, listen, you should go. Just talk to them, you'll be fine. So they interrogate these two ensigns. Yeah, good cop, bad cop, and it's like, you know, an Enterprise tradition where they do all these different things to like be as like they're on the like, you know, as the what's the word, like they self-haze, right? Meanwhile, T'Pring gets the call from I don't know how you would describe this woman, but she gets a call saying this Vulcan criminal she's after is on the planet below or something. She has to go. He will turn himself in, but only to Prill, and she's like, well, I guess so. So they go through this list of things they need to do. One is that be teleported chewing gum, and it either loses its flavor or gets its flavor back or something. I can't tell. They have a competition to see who gets to the elevator to do first by grabbing first, and they stun each other. And they just want to have a bit of fun, which is kind of nice, right? For me, this feels like character development, and I do like this whole like design aesthetic of like the biodome when it measures into like, you know, the real footage, right? And so this feels organic, right? Again, Lieutenant Lesbian is a bit annoying. And then T'Pring shows up and she's like, I got to talk to you privately. He's like, oh crap, what happened? And so she says, oh my God, you're Spock, right? So they got to go and catch this guy, and said, yeah, just come with me. So they're going again. It's a silly little episode, which is fun. So they have this conversation with Spock, or T'Pring in Spock's body, and it's super logical, right? Very logically based, right? And they're saying, well, yeah, they're like, yeah, why do you serve here? Your culture's going to be washed away. Aren't you a traitor to your people? So at some point, Pike interjects, and he says, yeah, and she's doing really well. Interjects and defends Spock. Say, look, this guy's he's the exemplary of everything that's good about the Federation, right? He's retained his unique culture and joined a wider, a wider group of unique cultures, right? I just couldn't let my my officer be talked to that way. I apologize, right? And it's a really good little speech, right? And the good thing is, T'Pring sort of hears how great Spock is, and even though he knows it's T'Pring, it's just good writing, you know. I'm sorry. This is engaging me. This is a story. This is character development. This is growth. These are characters. These are people I care about now, right? This is good stuff. And so they're very impressed. He speaks up, right? And they go. Meanwhile, people are having shore leave, and they go and meet this guy who's a douchebag. So, I'm a huge douche. And they said, oh, you married a half-breed Vulcan, blah, Spock, it's disgusting, blah. And they have a whole thing. Actually, Betty just texts him. Oh, he just texts him. And he said, well, I guess we can take him in now. Okay. So, yeah, that's the craft of these aliens. And if they fly your flag, they decide as a sign of honor, that means they're going to work with you. Meanwhile, they worked out where getting Spock and T'Pring to disconnect from each other. They put these, like, again, very Star Trek-y, right? They have these like work slugs they put on, and they use cortical stimulators, and it's unbelievably painful. And then they switch back. And again, really pleasant episode of Star Trek, and Nurse Chapel is super hot, right? It's super. Not many women can carry out a skin tight white outfit. Nurse Chapel can. God bless her. God bless her and all who sail within her. May I be one of those people. So this is, again, a nice little character moment where they've seen each other from each other's eyes, and they're able to discuss their fears. Like, he's like, I'm worried I'm not Vulcan enough for you, and she just gives him positive reinforcement. It's nice. It's a nice little character moment, right? And then they end up in bed, which she remains insanely hot. By the way, I love the Enterprise in the background. Isn't that freaking beautiful? Just nonchalantly in the background. It's lovely. Oh, it's so good. So he meets with the alien one last time and said, listen, I want to know your concerns are completely valid. I understand. Who can you trust? Again, it basically he validates them. He reflects back to them themselves. Right, and this is a good little Star Trek, and they really like this. So this is a good little Star Trek idea. He says, "Listen, I noticed with the Tellarites, they were very aggressive with me. They were very human with Spock. They were very logical. I think they want somebody who understands their point of view, can relate to their point of view. Again, I think this is a nice Star Trekky moment, right? And then they go and they fly the Federation flag, and it looks fucking gorgeous. Look at that." God's sake, God, it looks just so pretty. So they made a little false feel because the final thing to do the ensign's self-hazing is to sign the deck of the Enterprise. And again, I just like this. This seems to work. Una Chin Riley, number one. Okay, I don't know where that name came from, but then the ship flies over. And looks gorgeous. The episode's gorgeous. And oh my God, T'Pring is freaking gorgeous. She's insanely gorgeous. And it's, again, a nice episode. A nice episode of Star Trek, of genuine Star Trek, even with the irritating Latinx lesbian with the head shaved. It's really the only problem I have with this. Scott is not Jonathan Krause. He can't just throw his catcher across the room and possess it. Again, it's a silly bit of fun. He's not throwing across the room. It felt Vulcan-y, okay? It's a silly bit of fun. It was designed for the character, the characters to become close with each other, which I appreciate. And honestly, I think it worked, right? I think it worked. Yeah, listen. Star Trek, it's not. This is a different universe, right? Have you noticed that Robert April's white? That Transporter Chief is now a little Asian man. You know, the Enterprise is clearly not the one from 15 years in the future, right? This is not the same universe, right? This is not the same universe at all. But Mark Vicker says, and they shit on their heads. I don't know what that means, but if that makes it feel better. That makes you feel better. In fact, there used to be one of the idolatries was one of those powerful ones called Baal. And the way that you would worship Baal was by taking a shit on it or next to it in front of it. It would very much like that. Listen, we Star Trek fans have been used to being the prophets of Baal and having Kurtzman take a shit on us. We got a good one. I want to tell you. I quite like it. Fine. With that, I'm going to have to go and forage some nuts and berries to eat for dinner. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I feel so good to be a vaguely human again. Thank God for that. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again, and the Wizzy Will. That Wizzy Will of love goes